actually coming to you taped, not from the Secretariat room, but from the boardroom in the HBPA office back here.
It's pretty swank back here.
It's a very nice facility that FanDuel provides for the HBPA to better serve the horsemen. We're coming to you taped, as we said.
And live.
And live?
Yeah, we're live, yeah.
Oh, we're live?
We're live.
Oh. Hey! Taped and live from the boardroom here. The HBPA office is on the backside at FanDuel Sportsbook and Horse
Where's
Racing.
your oil painting? Is there like a walking oil painting somewhere?
They're going to, I understand there's going to be a painting done of right before my execution or following my execution, assassination. Scotty's no longer parking next to me. I'll pull up next to him and he'll pull away.
That's some kind of suspects.
For fear that there might be a car bomb placed underneath my vehicle. I've noticed that. So anyway, it happens. Heavy is the head that wears a crown, as they say. Today's October 21st.
Correct.
And tomorrow's Tuesday racing, October 22nd. We missed last week. It was Columbus Day. I was hauling horses all weekend. Horse trainers are always on the move. And we gave Alex Columbus Day off. So we have this taping for tomorrow. We have next Tuesday's races that we're going to podcast and handicap. That will be Monday evening. We're thinking we're going to go head-to-head against the Monday Night Football game. Scotty, you and I are planning on being here, joined by Peter Lurie.
Peter Lurie?
I'm picking him up at the airport. We're bringing him over, and we're going to podcast handicap the races for the 29th of October, and we might add that is Illinois Day. There will be, could be up to 10 races, all Illinois breds, with the Jim Edgar stake for 2-year-old Colts and Gelbies, the Pat Whitworth debutante stake for the Fillies, 2-year-olds, Illinois restricted, every race, all Illinois breds. We're showcasing them. We'll see that we have some talent. Of course, Scotty has many or most of our talented Illinois bred racers. Some will be coming down from the Chicago area. But it will also highlight that we don't have the number. There'll be some shorter fields because we just don't have that number, raw, pure number that we,
In this time of the year, some horses are down on the show with injuries and on rest and just can't make it on this day. So.
Correct. But we're looking forward to that, Peter being here. As we mentioned, Peter being a guest, first time on here. He'll be back last night of the meet, too, November 2nd. Remember, we're racing Thursdays. We had our first Thursday light attendance, but we do race again on Thursday the 24th and on Halloween evening, post time at 4:30. And we've moved those to those Thursdays, added some races so that we could cut off early. And I failed to mention that we're taping and going live from our boardroom here because the Secretariat room is being utilized by one of our contractors who's going to be doing some of the work on a temporary casino. So they had drawings and drafts and everything out on all the tables. We didn't want to ask them to move, so we relocated. We didn't want to stand in the way of progress, guys. So good things to come. Excel Entertainment has taken over. The future's bright. We're looking at a temporary casino.
Is the future as bright as Scotty's shirt? That's
well, that was my next go-to
I love it.
Scotty, I'm going to, here you're looking kind of all wacky-z, and here I am with, professional HBPA pullover. Can you give us a little? That's a good-looking thing.
It is. I like it.
So what would Watkins wear shirt?
And it's orange, too. My color.
Thank you. It was brought to me Saturday night by Bo Taylor. He said I have to have something spiffy to wear with Jim, and here's Jim in here with his old HBPA.
All formal.
Like I said, I'm a Memorial Day to basically around Labor Day.
So it's the grand finale.
I like it.
Love it.
Speaking of Bo, we want to thank all the people that filled in, that came in. We had buyer Bo, Bo Taylor, Jamie Gavilski, my son Jimmy, 618 Scott, support local, Scott Smees.
Omar.
Omar, hi out there. He's a mountaineer. Hi, Omar. And God, who else we have on? That's probably.
I mentioned Bo. And,
my son Jamie Gavilski many times.
Probably the brunt of them.
Awesome. So thank everybody. It was kind of neat. Alex, I hope we can do it again next year.
Absolutely.
And remember, next year's 100 years, celebrating 100 years. So we're hoping to have some nice programs for that. So thanks to all those out there. Kind of recapping the year a little bit, too. We had some losses. We lost Rod Ridgewitz, Green Jeans, who was a worker both back here, worked for me and then up in the office. We had some injuries. Alex Bendezu went down for a while. Corey Orm, suffered an injury. He's in Kentucky rehabbing.
Lost Tracy Casey too.
Tracy Casey, another owner. Just some fine people. So we had to say goodbye to some. We had to express concern and worry about others that were injured. But it's been a great year. I mean, we've seen some nice racing. As we said, the future's bright. So. And thanks, of course, to the fans who have been coming out in record numbers to see the races. It's dying down a little bit as the weather's getting cooler and darker at night. Other things to do here in the fall.
Schools are back in. Yeah, it's that time that it does die down.
But I'm expecting a pretty good Tuesday crowd tomorrow. The weather's going to be perfect and stuff. So I think we'll have a good crowd, decent card, a couple of full fields, one short field of 5, and then there's a 9 and a 10 and a couple 8. So a pretty full card tomorrow. 8 races, so it's not an easy one to handicap those, Scotty.
No, I found a few races very tough.
There were a couple.
I had a dart at the program.
That's the second race, and there was the other one. We had a 4th race we were looking at too. Yeah. Both were kind of tough. Speaking of Scotty, the podcast is going to project Scotty Becker as the leading trainer this year. He's 15 ahead of Ralphie going into tomorrow. Ralph's also taken a dozen down, but I don't think it'd matter if he kept his full arsenal here. Scotty has 54 wins, a solid meet, solid horseman, solid guy, another solid meet. How many titles is this for you?
Really, I'm not for sure.
15, 16, something like that. And you've won your share of at Hawthorne, too.
Yeah,
so congratulations on another just solid year here. And as we mentioned, Ralphie's going to Delta Downs. I'm assuming you're going to have a string at Oakmont again this winter?
Yeah, I have a small
string. How many will you have?
About 15.
Okay. I've decided to stay put here and ship. I've had stalls at Turfway the last 3 years, but I think I'm going to stay here and just kind of ship around. I did make it a time or two down to Oakmont.
Over to Turfway also from here.
But I'm going to stay and ship. I might even go to Mahoning, run over there a few times if I can get a couple in. That's a long haul. Well, so it's Turfway, actually, 350. So going through the standings, Scotty, you're 54. Ralph's had a solid year, too, a 22% win percentage. He's got 39 wins. Mike Durham, as we knew, would heat up eventually, running those numbers at us, 23 wins. I'm one ahead of Manley. That might be the battle right there in the trainer standings.
Manley's closing in on you there.
Oh, yeah, he is. I'm at 22 wins. Here's Manley at 21. I might have to really pull out all the stops, drop a couple horses, and try to stay ahead of Steve for bragging rights, our buddy Steve Manley. So that'll be what we'll be watching in the trainer standings, the Manley Watkins clash.
Oh, there we go.
And then on the jockey side, Renier Arrieta's really heating up. He's last year's leading rider. He won, 2 on Thursday, 3 Saturday, 5 the last 2 racing days. He's up to 43. Bendezu coming back from his injuries, riding exceptionally well, 52. They're those two are looking up at Travis Wales, 57 wins. So those are kind of your 2 riders. Yeah, he's 5 ahead of Bendezu, and Arrieta's at 43. Victor Santiago, 39. He's in 4th place. Of course, we mentioned Corey Orm.
So we have
on the shelf.
6 racing days left, Jim.
6 racing days. So
it's going to get
Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday this week. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday the following week. And as I mentioned to you guys prior to the tape rolling, I'm going to miss the last 2 nights. Darn it, I'm going to be at I guess it's good. Del Mar, the Breeders' Cup. Cynthia and I kind of.
John Maroney.
I'll see John out there. I did last year with Santa Anita. That's Cynthia and I that's our annual time together. If there's a good trip, we go to Breeders' Cup. Been to Churchill several times, in Keeneland for the Breeders' Cup, out to California a couple times. It's a real neat experience. And it's crowded, it's full, but it's not that Kentucky Derby type, elbow to elbow where you just can't move and enjoy yourself. It's crowded, it's entertaining, and but it's it's not uncomfortable. So anyway, so something to watch. And who's gonna hold on there? Will Travis hold on? Will Alex Bendezu catch him? Will Watkins stay ahead of Manley in the trainer standings? So with 6 racing days to go, there you are.
There we go.
Any other house cleaning items before we dig into the card?
We are doing some giveaways on Halloween.
Okay.
We have a commemorative Halloween shirts for people that arrive while supplies last, and then on your way out, there's 4 different gifts you can choose from. that Excel came up with. So it's going to be pretty cool. It's the first time
that's
we've had
on
this big
Halloween?
table. Halloween night, yeah, Halloween night.
that's
So
four-
it's like trick or treat, but it's actually treats instead of tricks.
Very good.
Yeah.
And those are, those Thursday nights are 4:30 post.
Mm-hmm.
We did have some confusion on it. We had to wait till the racing board approved the change in post time, so we got the word out as best we could. But 4:30 post on Thursdays, normal 1 o'clock tomorrow, and the following Illinois day. We got some nice trophies over there that we give to the winning owners, and the breeders. ITBOF give a award to the breeders. I think we need to do a blanket or something for the trainers too. I think we did that in the past.
Adam R. Santos chimes in with, I'm listening to you guys. I love to mess up you guys' picks.
Thank you, Adamar. Well, I don't know. I'm picking him on a couple, I think. Adamar already 32 wins. I mean, arrived on the scene late. What a nice guy and an excellent rider.
Great guy.
Man. Well, we've got a strong colony here for a 2-day, 3-day a week program. So we're lucky. Us trainers are lucky to have capable riders like we do. So there you go. 6 racing days left.
Yeah.
Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday this week. Tuesday, Thursday,
Are we in any type of carryover for?
I don't know.
Or are we
I don't know.
starting over? Did somebody hit it?
Did Gobeski hit it again?
Yes.
No, because it wasn't high enough. It needs to be like,
Yeah, he said he wasn't playing Saturday, wasn't high enough, but he did hit a couple pick fives out of Keelan over the weekend. That's where we were at last weekend. I made it back from my race Saturday. I was unhooking the trailer. I watched it from the turn.
Is that when you called me? When did you call? You called me during Saturday. Wow.
Oh, no, that was when I was talking to Scotty. I was going to talk to you about the podcast today. And then I look up, I'm ringing you on your phone. I look up, you're on TV talking. Bad timing, huh? So, anywho.
Carrie waves hello, by the way.
Carrie, not bus driver. Is Carrie a bus driver, but cafeteria worker?
Cafeteria, yes.
Carrie, cafeteria worker, long-time listener, regular chimer inner. Hi, Carrie.
Chimer, yeah. Pick 7 is going to be $1,682. $1,600.80. Yeah, $1,682.
Okay.
So it's not Koveski standard.
Yeah, not Koveski. Not this. Yep.
Yeah.
Correct. Hey, race one. Here we go. Race 1 is a field of 8 horses. It's a 2-year-old race. Do we have any fillies in there, Scotty?
The 7 is the only filly.
7 horses, the only filly. Well-bred rascal, too. 1,000 words, Union Rags. The bottom horse, Harry Litt's a nice bred 2-year-old, too. Game winner out of the Giant Causeway mare, Surprise Guest, bred out of New York. Who'd you go with here with these 2-year-olds?
Well, I watched this horse run the first time. I went straight with probably the favorite of the race, number 2, Midnight Alex. I'm sure Alex is probably going to give away the trophy in that race.
Oh, yeah. Right here. Midnight Alex.
Terry Burgess, Alexander Bendezu back up. I thought it run a very nice race the first time. Hesitant at start slightly. Made a good run inside. Looks like it's going to like a little more ground, which is getting 5.5 instead of 5. Probably 3/4 even better. So I got the 2 on top. And then in 4th, I went with Don Martin's horse, Tricky Moment. 6 starts already as a 2-year-old, has the most experience in the race. It run right behind Midnight Alex, and we know Midnight Alex should improve off that race, so I don't think if it gets a trip that it can beat Midnight Alex. And then 3rd, I took a stab and put Mr. John Arnett's horse in there. Rainier Arrieta's, like I said, he's riding good right now. It's Iowa bred, but it started 4 times. And I like 2-year-olds with experience. It's always got a big advantage on other horses in the race. So I went 2, 4, 6 in here.
And we're really close. I went 2, 4, 7. Terry Burdett, like you said, that horse showed a ton of ability first time, passed through horses. Hesitated to start, but then came through and blew by a few horses. If that horse takes another step forward, they won't beat the 2, Midnight Alex. And I also made the 4 my second choice, Don Martin. Horses are getting better every start, and you mentioned it has those 6 starts, getting better every time. 2, 4. I put the 7 third. I was between the 7 and the 8 because I like.
I was too.
I like the breeding on both.
Right.
If you look,
Churchill, Keeneland.
Obviously the Slink connection there. Hannah, Jada, Damon Slink picked something in this filly. They ran it over.
Carly Hughes in the right.
And I brought Carly Hughes in, who's been
So
on
we
her.
got the total female connection in this
They
race.
do. Hannah, Jada, Carly.
Billy?
Well, not Damon. Not Damon Slink.
Well, Damon can put the shoes on.
There you go.
Okay, so
But I mean, they must have thought some of this little filly because I mean, you know, they get beat over at Churchill in one of those auction races, and then they bring her right back, you know, for over at Keeneland.
Yeah.
So they thought pretty highly of her. I threw her in third, filly against the boys, but 247. You went 246.
246.
Very good. That's race one. Race one, Alex. Now we're going to race two. Race two is a trophy race sponsored by the Riverview Gardens High School class of '63.
Nobody was born yet.
Well, you know what? I wasn't born. I was born December 1963. Oh, what a night! December 27, 1963. And so I probably, when they graduated, I was yet to be born. I was in the womb probably, but there's some veteran handicappers there, huh?
Sure is.
Wow, class of 63, 79, what do we decide? Almost 80 years old. And probably they've hit a lot of exactas, trifectas, and long shots in that crew. 6-horse field, wide open, fillies and mares, 62.50. Boy, this was the toughest race for me all day, the handicap. Scotty, how'd you see this race?
Well, it was a little rough. It is tough to handicap. You know, you got 3 horses showing nothing but running a route of ground all the time. A lot of races off the turf on there. So it's hard to get a read on that horse. Hasn't run since July. I went straight to the top. Think Blue, who has a pretty excellent record here at Fairmount Park. 13 out of 21 on the board, 5 wins. Previously had won here at this level earlier in the year. I looked at putting the 5 on top, but it's so one-dimensional. You just don't know what you're going to get out of this horse. So I went with the 1 on top, Think Blue. In a second, I put my horse Golly Posse. I think she might be able to get it in there and pick up a piece if the 5 dies out a little bit. And then I went with Mamba out for the hold on for third. So I have 1, 4, 5.
And very similar. I kind of inverted a few of those. I went with your horse on top. I think you got a little class advantage here, Scotty. Clean Trip, I think, puts you on top.
I will put this out there. She got a little prep at the fairs.
Oh, yeah, October 7th.
Didn't win, though. Was second. Didn't win.
Oh, is that the one that got left in the gate?
Yeah.
Oh, the gate didn't open.
The gate didn't open properly.
You would have won that, too.
I don't know.
So,
Mr. Childers was wheeling them off there.
Yeah, the coin strangler.
So lip liner, yeah.
Yeah, we call it the coin strangler because we won 5 at the fairs.
Yeah, but
5 out of 8. I won 1, you won 1.
It shows I haven't run since August, but it did have that little 5 furlong race in there.
And that doesn't. Let us tell you about those county fairs. We have the 1 now. We used to have 10 or 12 a summer. Now it's down to 1. We called the DuQuoin Fall Classic. We had it October 7th. It was for Illinois bred and foal horses this year only. It had to be bred to an Illinois stallion, so bred and foal. And there were 8 races, correct, Scotty?
Yes.
And you won 1. Childers Vance won 5. I won 1. Who won the other one? I think Tim Winston.
Tim Winston.
You know, Timmy Winston was supposed to be on here and he canceled out.
Yeah.
Something came up. You know, he's a Michigan fan.
I think when you told him about the Fab 5.
Yeah, you know, the 1991 to 95 basketball team in Michigan. You always went. I said, I heard you were part of the Fab 5, the 6th man.
Yeah, he called
he wasn't one. Yeah, he wasn't one of the Fab 5s of the Fab 5. He was the 6th man, I heard. Mm-hmm. Timmy's a great guy, retired law enforcement agent, does this as a side deal. You know, he loves horses, has always had a passion for horses. Timmy Winston, our buddy, but he couldn't make it today. But
I think because I didn't take him for barbecue yesterday, he's mad at me. I was supposed to take him for some snoots down at the barbecue joint.
Oh, that's right.
But I didn't, so maybe he's mad.
Timmy Winston.
There's a question from Mike. It says, notice the 6 is by Road Ruler. Is he still active?
Well, he was out of Jake Bryan's place. And Jake sold his farm, and I don't know if that guy still stands there or not. Very good question, Mike.
I think I've heard that he's bred a few mares, possibly. I think there's a couple listed last year, but I think it's very low numbers.
There just aren't many Illinois stallions. So the 3-hour nap might still be
and I don't know what his age is. He's probably an 18, 19-year-old stallion. Maybe he's just, they're not breeding much to him.
You've got 2 stallions, right, Scotty? Caleb and it was
Centrifuge.
Centrifuge. I looked him up. That's sort of well-bred son of a gun, too.
Yeah.
And there's just not many out there. What is Doc McCroskey? What stallion does he have done? Just our many in-state stallions.
He has a horse called Showgood now.
Ah, I bought that one from Dr. Morgan.
No, I actually bought it from Dr. Morgan as a 2-year-old.
You bought it from
Yeah,
Dr.
yeah. He won the Arlington, Washington for charity at 2. He was a nice horse.
3-hour nap still standing? That's one
Yes,
of
yes,
ours.
3-hour nap still standing for.
And just our many Illinois stallions. So
Correct.
I mean, you've got a couple. Dr. McCroskey, of course, had Forced Attack for a long time. So I went 4-5-1. You went 1-4-5. I agree with you, Mamba out. If, looks like if she gets shakes free and the league gets too far gone, she is gone.
Yeah, maybe we'll chase her here.
Yep, and like I said,
Pressure on her.
I think you it's a 2-horse race between you and the 5. Ralph Martinez, Mamba out. And Think Blue, like you said, 13 out of 20 in the month, 21 in the money, always picks up some pieces. I put her at 3rd. So Scotty, you're 1-4-5. I'm 4-5-1. Pretty close again, just a little swap around. Hey, our sponsors out there, FanDuel Sportsbook and Horse Racing, Alex Bundo.
Did you donate any money to him yesterday?
Ooh.
FanDuel.
I sure did.
Okay.
I got a couple tickets to cash. I did. That's only my second losing week, though, so I've done pretty well. And I'm leaning. I think I'm leaning towards the Buccaneers tonight, getting 3.5 at home.
No
Baltimore
for me this week. None.
You put yourself on sanctions.
Too busy.
Too busy to study and prep.
Yep.
Well, as we mentioned, that second race, throwing darts at it. That's kind of what I did yesterday, and it showed. So. Anyway, it's always fun to have a little gamble. So I like the Buccaneers tonight, plus 3.5. How about Taco Bell and John Maroney? Locally owned here. We get into the one-hit Troy and Columbia and Waterloo. And then your HBPA. Here we are in the boardroom here in the HBPA office. I've got what my list of things to do this week is to organize my office and things in there.
Stock refrigerator.
It doesn't look like some people's offices, but it needs a little organization. Let's look at the 3rd race. It's a $4,000 maidens, fillies and mares, 8-horse field, $8,000 purse. Scotty Becker, our top trainer. Who'd you go with?
Well, I went straight to the Chicago Invader for Armando Hernandez, the dropper. You can't go wrong. Looks like the horse has trouble getting the distance a little bit, but I'm still going to go with her on top. Isabella's Beauty. Adamar Santos, our rider, is riding good.
Good rider. Let's talk about how good a rider is. I know he's on there.
Good rider.
Look at him, though. Adamar Santos,
31 wins here.
Now 32. Won one Saturday. Plays 26% since he's come here.
Yeah, that's
very that's solid. A high percentage, Adamar.
Good veteran rider.
Yep.
I've seen him ride at Gulfstream when I was down there years ago.
Did you say you ever rode him?
I can't remember. I knew his agent, but I don't know if I wrote him on anything or not. He'll probably tell you no, so we'll go with that.
All right. 2, Isabella's Beauty.
Then I went with my horse Wild Win on course 2nd. We got beat by a horse that's running here later. We got in the 7th race. Ernesta. So it won by 13 lengths, and that day I thought I could win the race, and it blew me off the track. So I'm going to go with it to run 2nd. Then in 3rd, I'm going to go with WW Last Hurrah, which used to be my horse. I sold it a start ago, and Rainier's been working with this horse pretty well, and I think she can close a little ground and get a piece of it this time. So I went 2-3-7.
And we're pretty close. I went 2-3-5. Isabella's Beauty, hot rider Adamar Santos, Armando Hernandez, deadly here at FanDuel. Horse has good speed, and really tried to turf, tried blinkers. They're trying to figure the horse out. Now they're dropping it down for the win. Pretty well bred, Stormy Atlantic.
They tried everything. Now it's time to.
They drop it down, find your friends. Yep. I picked you 2nd. Once again, I think this is a 2-horse race. I think it's a 2-3 exacta. I threw the 5-horse in 3rd, Highland Girl, mainly because that horse has flashed decent speed. And Max Quinonez is really heating up. He had a couple of big payoffs and he's winning some races down here. And horses are paying very well. So I went 2-3-5. I want to make mention of the top horse here, Sioux Tribe, Vance Childers. He usually uses that first out like I do as an experienced race. He's won 1 out of 36, I think 3% winner of first-time starters. Gets him going after that, uses that first out. But this horse is well-bred. Sky Mesa out of a successful appeal mare, bred out of, in the bluegrass of Kentucky. horses had some nice works. You know, a 49 from the pole, a 48 flat, breezing from the gate up and off.
It'll probably need it to get out of the one hole.
So yeah, we'll need some of that
That's
speed.
the way I discounted it. It's coming out.
Yeah, and I'm not big on first-time starters. That's why I also, but I thought, given the works, given the breeding, my concern would be starting a horse like that out for 4,000, because Vance is a good enough horseman to put a value on him pretty quickly. So Watkins goes 235, Scotty Becker, our leading trainer, goes 237, and on we both go to race 4. Alex, you got anything for us?
Nothing.
Nobody?
Eric Cleveland says it's nice to see larger fields with Hawthorne done.
Yeah, we did. Hawthorne trainers, some have relocated. We're getting some ship-ins. Don't forget, John Arnett is coming with about 30, I think.
I think he just brought some more down from Hawthorne, too.
Okay.
So he might have 40 here now.
So, yeah, so he's going to
He'll
really...
run until the end, till he'll go on to Tampa Bay down. So he's been a good addition to our field size. We welcome him with open arms, that's for sure.
Eduardo Rodriguez came down last year. He's down here again. He won a couple Saturday. He runs some big numbers at us.
He'll run them. Yes, he'll put them in.
So he didn't beat me enough this summer at Hawthorne. He's going to come down here and do it to finish the meet.
No matter where you're at, somebody's
22 last year at Hawthorne. Only won 9. They played rough this summer up there at Hawthorne with me.
Brad says he's looking forward to the races tomorrow. Brad Schweiger's chiming in. And
Brad's going to be a beautiful day.
It is supposed to be. The weather's supposed to be perfect. I mean, these 30-degree temperature swings blow me away. Like one time it's chilly, got to throw a windbreaker on. The next time we're in shorts and polo shirts. For the people that are watching the feed, do you guys anticipate with the changes and everything going on and the purses? Do you anticipate larger fields in general next year, or is the horse population still lacking? I mean, obviously. Hopefully some purses will go up by a few dollars, but what do you guys foresee in the next year, or do you think it's going to take a year to get things settled in, or where do you think we're at with that as far as field size?
Who's the question coming from?
Me.
Yes, I was going to say, I didn't hear you say that. Good question, Alex.
Yeah, it's a great question. I think we'll see a slight increase maybe. I'm just going to put out there like maybe 10%. Not nothing drastic, because it's tough to draw from the areas around us that already have gaming and good money, and they're fighting for horses themselves on a lot of days.
There's a horse shortage coast.
I think it's going to be a year-to-year buildup, but with a solid foundation next year and a little purse raise, I think it might anticipate some people even getting a few more horses around here, and maybe a couple of new guys coming in, possibly.
But you see what a couple of big stables do to you. Eduardo comes in with 20, 30 horses, Arnett with 30. Armando Hernandez with 15, and you see what it does to the field sizes. Yeah. So, boy, if we could pirate a few bigger stables from some of these tracks when they break camp for the winter, say, come on up here instead of going to Indiana or Prairie Meadows, and
somebody could use a split stable too, like we've done for years between here and Hawthorne, split stable.
Yep.
You can see that start to happen.
So we want to make the experience positive for them here, but. The backside's looking better. I know Excel's going to do a lot of improvements back here. It's looking better than it has in years. I think it's going to be a good experience for these people who come here. I wouldn't be surprised if John doesn't come back. But as I mentioned to people, Alex, the demise of horse racing in Illinois, if you will, demise might be too hard, the decline, I guess, has been going on for 25 years or so. So the rebuild is going to take a while too, especially the breeding program. At one time, we had nearly 2,000 live foals at thoroughbred foals annually, and we're at 125 approximately. So when the racing becomes more stable in Illinois, we're obviously
overall open Kentucky breeding is in half from 20 years.
Oh yeah, and like I said, the whole market has been less, lower, but. Yeah, I mean, and we're looking at, certainly projections with additional money coming in from casino revenue. Recapture going away is going to add some millions of dollars to the purse account. With that, you're going to see, higher purses, more races, more race days eventually. So, yeah, it's going to be there. And what we really have to do, and I think, and Scotty and I talk about this, our board talks about it, we've gotten the jump on Hawthorne. We compete with Hawthorne for horses here, but for Illinois racing to get back close to where it was, we need 2 viable tracks. We need a track in the Chicagoland area going strong. So we need Hawthorne to do something up there, make a commitment to the horse racing industry, get that casino going, get the rebuild of their property, improve their property, and have 2. And then we need to mesh the schedules a little better.
The schedules running at the same time. It's very tough for us.
And I know they want to use their turf course up there. But people, and I get this question in Chicago a lot, Scotty. I don't know if you do, and is that, why don't you guys race during the winter? We race in cold weather months up here. The problem with wintertime here, as I see it, and maybe I'm no weather man, but it warms up here in the wintertime. It'll get up to 45, 50 degrees, and it'll rain, and then the temperature drops down, and we got an ice skating rink everywhere. In Chicago, it never gets above freezing in the wintertime, so they don't have to worry about rain and then freezing up.
And our track basis is a little different.
Mm-hmm.
Our track is built to run in the summer to hold water.
Yes, correct.
So we have a lot of clay.
We're on a floodplain.
So if we're holding moisture in the wintertime, it's frozen.
Yeah.
It's an uphill battle.
We would have to, that we're on
track services. Sandy course.
Yes. We would have to go to an all-weather Tapeta type surface, which is a multi-million-dollar commitment. Turfway just did it.
It's probably $15 million turnaround.
It's a lot.
So.
And speaking of surfaces, people have asked about a turf course here. I know years ago they measured it out, and we have a mile oval here. We could do a 7/8 turf course here at Fairmount Park. So that's something to think about too down the road a little bit. Hey, we lost you out there, horse racing nation. Something happened here. We're going to go back and start with the 4th race, but something happened to our feed, Alex.
Yeah.
I believe this is our first technical difficulty of the year.
Yeah, it is.
And that says something for your capabilities, your abilities, your just steadiness there, consistency, Alex.
I appreciate that.
Anyway,
Yeah.
So Scotty was. When we stopped, Scotty was saying he's going to let me pick the first in this 4th race. So
Yeah,
Scotty,
the 4th race is a 7,500 claimer for the boys going 6 furlongs, 6-horse field, and we're going to see if you, like I said, pick your horse on top here.
Well, and I got to tell you, I did. I picked Arrow Strike to win it. The one post, I don't know, but I going in sprints, see if I can draw that one whole lot. But I made mention that when I entered this horse, dropping from 10 to 75, going for the win, well, I figured I'd just be the boss in here, and I'd be clearly the horse to beat. Heck, I'm 4th choice on the morning line, and my prime power, I think, is 2nd. So it's a tough race. You've got King Doodle in there, who I picked 2nd. He got out a little bit in the stretch. I outran him just by a little bit because you were drifting with this horse. I know your horse is a hard horse to ride, likes to be on the outside, and I expect him to bounce back. Travis Wales won on him the race before. He stays on him. 1-5 exacta. I threw Santino's Fantasy in 3rd. That horse had a nice year, 2 wins, 2 seconds. Had 1 hiccup back in July. Otherwise, been very consistent. So I did pick my horse, Arrow Strike, on top. Your horse, King Doodle, 2nd. Santino's Fantasy, 3rd. Where are you at in the 4th, Scotty?
I'm going to go with the Watkins number 1. Arrow Strike.
And I didn't even get you a shirt. I hope you picked both somewhere, though. This one's hard.
We're going to get to that.
Oh, okay.
We're going to get to that. So, I like the horse's company. Look at Phillipsburg, who's come back and win again.
Mm-hmm.
Swaggy George is tough. I go down here, 3-back, Danza Taxi, Wildwood Sicilian.
Those are
2 solid horses I have. And this horse was, right behind those solid horses both times. So we'll see if you can get them in the winter, or Alvin can get them there. It's out of your hands.
It's out of my hands. Once I get
this
horse is a little tough to saddle, I might add. You got to keep him moving, or he'll lock up. So if I get the saddle on him, then it'll all be.
If not, let Manley do it for you.
Well, does he work for me?
Yeah, sometimes.
He asked that. He said he didn't work for me the other day when he had the saddle line and didn't make it back from Keeneland.
And then I went with the Ralph Martinez training, number 2, Santino's Fantasy. Uriel back in the irons. He'd won 2 in a row earlier on this, and he's run 2nd behind Baseball Politics last time, a wire-to-wire runner of Steve Manley's. Mm-hmm. And then in 3rd, I went with this Mohafeth. The Shadwell bred. The Shadwell bred. And now Dora Chico coming down. Just because I think the horse may need a start over the track. It's hard to get a read on him. He ran 2 nice races. He did beat Strange Arrange in one race back there for the 25. So I had to put him third. And you know, Seminole Beach and Swiss Guard are hard knockers right there. This is a very, I looked at the numbers on Thorough Manager. They're pretty even across the board. So I didn't even put my horse in there. So there you go, Bo. I didn't put neither one of us. Maybe that'll push the odds up.
Rip that shirt off your back.
Well, I'm pushing the odds up for Bo.
Yeah,
so,
you're helping him.
He might cash a good ticket. So I went 1-2-6.
Bo's been to bet him a little bit now.
Oh, yeah.
Bo won't wager $1 or $2.
So 1-2-6.
I was, you know what? I thought about throwing a 6 in, but I couldn't pronounce his name, so I left him out of there. No,
they're double A's, all Shadwells.
Bo Hoffett. Yeah.
Bo Hoffett.
That's the sheep. All right. I'm 1-5-2. You're 1-2-6 in the 4th. We're moving along. We're passing the standings here. We see Becker on top. We see Wales on top. There we go. We're still passing the Heiser rules. No, those things suck. Anyway, the GPA is doing what they can to get Heiser to conform or go away. Race 5. Race 5 is a maiden $4,000 claimer going 6 furlongs. A field of 9. If 9 or at least 8 make it to the paddock, the purse will be bonus to $10,000, go up $2,000.
That'd be nice.
You better believe it. And it's going to be really nice because I picked you to win here. You're in here, Scotty.
Yeah.
Gone again.
Yeah.
That's who I picked.
Yeah.
You want me to go since I already cut
Sure,
it?
go ahead. Go ahead.
I think it's a 2-horse race here too. You and Armando. I went 6, 5, 9. I threw Bubby Boy, Harry Lynch. Here he's shortening up, so I put him third. But I clearly think it's a 6, 5, 5, 6. I put you on top. You know, obviously Armando. You bet Armando Hernandez, Scotty Becker, Exacta. Here you can't go wrong. 6, 5, 9 for Watkins.
Okay. Well, I don't pick mine on top too often, but I picked this one on top here.
They ought to say something to the betting nation out there.
Scotty. Last time. Yeah, I'm going to bet him. And if you don't win, I might give him away to the first person I see on the way back to the barn and discuss.
I just gave one away to Dick.
That might happen if we can't win this race. Anyway, and then in second, I went with Double Dribble. The horse was third behind him last time, 6 lengths. He dropped down from the maiden special weight, Spin the Boulevard, Sis Placer's Young Mischief, Eddie's horse. Those were tough horses.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the horse would be the horse to beat last time, and he ended up third. We got beat by Cut a Day, one of Terry Burgess's.
Yeah, they claimed that one off Tony Bleak.
Sure. And then in third, I took a stab with the Dino Omar Connections Flying Cricket. Maybe we'll get some mods in there, and maybe we can bet a try.
No Flying Cricket, bred by Alan Meadows.
658.
You got 658. I went 659. Omar, are you out there? He's a mountaineer. He said he'd be watching. No Omar Rousey?
No Omar. Nope.
Maybe he had one of those heat strokes again.
Keith Henry says you guys look like movie stars.
Oh, Keith, that's my owner. Keith,
the movie star.
Keith, thank you.
Peter, be your
I was told that when I was smoking a cigar. They told me I look like a movie star, Lassie with a turd hanging on her mouth. So, thank you. You stinkers, you. Hey, thank you, Keith. We appreciate that. He used to tell, Scotty, he used to say, boy, those guys are good looking. Now they say we're looking good. When you invert those two words, I know it makes a big difference. Good looking, looking good. Means we're still alive.
Well, Jim, we'll go to the sixth.
Speaking of the 6th race, speaking of looking good looking, here's Ugly Duckling in there, Richard Eubank's horse. There we go. A couple ugly ducklings you are now, Scotty.
Yeah.
Well, who'd you go with in this 6th race? It's a
6th race, I went straight to the Ralph Dropper, Empty Holster. If he runs, he's going to be the favorite. And I know you're probably hoping he scratches this one. Well, I got your horse second off to the races. This is the horse beat, but maybe you'll get out there and steal those race from him.
There's a little bit of speed. I'll get outside pressure from African Warrior, inside pressure from the Last Fact in Minnesota.
You got a nice post. You got a great post to get
yes,
out there.
I like that.
Oh, Last Fact. He ran over at the fairs too. He was in front for. You're going to get a lot of speed from this horse here if he runs the 3 with Admar Santos. So anyway, I went with the 4 on top, Empty Holster. The 6 off to the races. And then third, I took Harry Lynch's old horse, McCartha Fast. This is the first time he's seen the bottom in his career. He has a lot of 17 thirds lifetime. He's been a little check getter there. Only 3 wins though, so he's getting a lot of relief here in class also, besides the 4. So they're throwing a couple at you in here, Jim. So I got 4.65.
And you know, once again, when I made it this entry, I thought, boy, now winners of the year this time of the year are for life. My horse zipped through those conditions pretty good. You know, he was 0 for 23 when I got him. Now he's 3 for 31. But I kind of figured I'd be the boss again here in this spot when I entered. It came up a lot tougher, and I picked him 3rd. I just think he's going to get too much pressure both in and out. Going to take some body shots, and hopefully he digs in. But I went the dropper, empty holster on top. Went with the other dropper, the last fact. I just went with the 2 droppers, 4, 3, and then I put myself 3rd. So 4, 3, 6. You went 4, 6, 5.
4, 6, 5, and I wanted to leave the 1 in there as a sleeper of the race.
Mm-hmm.
He hadn't run since September of 23, last out at Hawthorne. Had brief speed chase, a little bit faded. Maybe he needed that race off a long layoff. This horse is a 10-race winner of 300,000. He is an 8-year-old. He was claimed for 32,000 at Tampa in January of 23. But I think he's more of a route horse. But I could see this horse maybe getting a piece of it in your superfecta at decent odds. So watch for the 1.
Yeah, the 1. Yeah, like I said, this race came up a lot tougher. $7,500 purse, $2,000 starter bonus if they make it over. $9,500 purse that we're running at. Not as bad as it used to be. So I went 4, 3, 6. You went 4, 6. 4, 6.
4, 6, 5.
4, 6, 5. All right, we got 2 races. Let's thank our sponsors again. John Roney, thank you, John, for Taco Bell's, locally owned. A lot of them over Missouri, Troy, Columbia, Waterloo on this side. FanDuel Sportsbook and Horse Racing. Alex Bodo, who made his first mistake of the season by losing the stream.
I'm
gonna blame it on T-Mobile.
T-Mobile let him down a little bit. I can't even call it a mistake. It was a
fortress here is too secure for the signal.
Yes, Alex, we appreciate you and the APP out there slinging it out for the horsemen. Boy, we got a great board, don't we, Scotty? We sit in this office.
Great guys, level-headed. I think they've made very good decisions.
They speak. I mean, it's not. We don't come in here and just throw stuff at them. They have their notes. They have their opinion. The meetings are very healthy. The discussion is good. We don't always agree. We communicate well, and we support one another as we help the horsemen. So, what a great board we have, and we appreciate all the board members. Scotty, I appreciate all the help you give me as we do what we can for the horsemen. We look to do more. We evaluate ourselves annually, and try to come up with better programs, better services, ways to better serve the horsemen. So
slowly getting there.
The rebuild for us is going to take a while too. But these are nice facilities here. We have a nice boardroom for meetings and things. Office back there, nice little area for the people to come into. And of course, adjoining this building, we have a small kitchen, which we had no kitchen for about 15 years. So we have a nice place people can pop into, get out of the heat, get out of the cool, get something to eat. The food's very good over there and very affordable. Nice little breakfast sandwich for what, $4 or $5?
I might get some there once a week in the breakfast.
I've been popping in there. Very good. Carlos does a nice job.
Carlos is a great guy over there.
Great guy. And then the third section of the building is our RICF services. It's a medical building. It's a racehorse industry charitable foundation. Fairmont Park and Hawthorne and the state, I believe, all contribute. It's in the form of a grant. Then you have contributions from the racetracks, providing services to our horsemen back here, medical services, dental. There's a dentist that comes in, and brand new equipment in there. So this is a nice facility to service the horsemen out of. And we appreciate Bill Sturts and FanDuel who redid the building, basically took it down to the frame and redid it. It's basically new. All right, something that's not new in the 7th race is me picking you to win. I think, is this the 3rd winner I've picked you to have tomorrow? WW Hotshot is a monster. Now, it's not going to be a walkover, Scotty, because there's Devil's Tower who's going for 5 in a row. But I think you're going to, you beat him in July. He came back and got you in that kind of weird race where they were taking horses down and stuff. And that was kind of a weird race. There was a lot of action going on and bumping. You came back and won the River Bear Handicap with this horse. So I'm going to go with your horse, WW Hotshot 2, with Devil's Tower second. And I put the other Armando Hernandez runner in here for third. 3-horse Comiskey Park. He's 3 for 3 here, Scotty. It's going to take something to outrun him.
Great.
He's made over, nearly $250,000. What kind of race is this, you ask? Well, it's one of those optional allowances. You can be in for the 25. Nobody is. These are as nice at Colts and Geldies as we have on the track. So I went 2-4-3. You beating Devil's Tower. How do you see it?
Okay, well, I went with my horse WW Hotshot on top. Inside draws, got some speed. Listen, Devil's Tower is it's going to be a great race, I think. He's a good horse. They beat each other once. Armando's
look at
this
you.
horse.
Your horse has won 14 out of 30. Scotty made over 400,000.
Yeah.
Devil's Power, a winner, 17 out of 30. Not in the money. A winner out of 17 out of 37. You won 14 out of 30.
Armando's done a great job with this horse. You can't really split these horses, but I'm going to pick my horse today. Hot Shot. And Devil's Tower second. Like I said, 4 in a row. He went over to Thistle, picked up a nice allowance race. I could have saved my horse to run on Illinois Day, but I have a couple other ones to run. And you got to split them up sometimes. And
hey, now the other 3 are no slouches either. So
no,
we make mention of
I put my
the
third or the one Eternally Grateful maybe to come in and pick up the pieces for third. It's hard to get a read on the bottom horse. He's done most of his damage going a route of ground. He's over 6 at the short distance.
But a 3-way race win streak though for John Arnett's King Cat.
Yeah, he done a great job over Prairie Meadows. He made $100,000 over there in 7 starts with 5 wins. Walter Dela Cruz Ranier's going to come in and ride this for him. And like you said, Comiskey Park, 3 for 3 at the track. He hasn't run since August. We'll see if he gets a start.
He didn't run down at the fairs, did he?
No. None of these horses did in this race.
Well,
so that's why I went 2-4-1.
And I went 2-4-3. Well, I agree with you. What a great race it's going to be to watch that one. Our best horses on it, as good as anything we have here on the track. It'll sure be interesting. It's the last race, the 8th race. Once again, a full field, so we'll most likely see the starter bonus. If 8 horses make it to the paddock, we take that $8,000 purse, make it $10,000. This is a non-winners of 2 life. Phillies race claiming $4,000. Thought it was an interesting race to handicap, not just because I have one in there. I have Collect a Lil, number 9. But Scotty, you and I talked about this. Ernestina, just blew up. Her won by 13 on the drop to maybe 4. 13 1/4, beat your Wildwood Encore, or you said you kind of liked in that spot. Now, what I see a lot of times is I'm handicapping a race like this. If a horse really blows up, do they continue to improve, or a lot of times they'll bounce? And I'm certainly sorry, Max, but I'm hoping it's the latter, that this horse will bounce a little bit, and my Collect a Lil can get in there and get it done. Collect a Lil has run 2 seconds in a row since I dropped her to this level. She's looking forward to the winter off, but I'm going to pick her on top. I think she can get there this time. Tina's Tapazar got loose on the lead, if you remember that race.
Yeah, it's speed.
And I came up and beat Green Grace for second.
Well, if you look, it was the same day that Ernesto went, October 8th, and speed was very good that day.
If he got on the lead that day,
both those horses won, and would they go 13-07? This horse 13-19. So. And Tina's Tapazar, there was a little.
That was a real speed bias track. Thursday, or was it? No, Tuesday of last week. Also, it was a speed bias track with a big tailwind, and there weren't many horses passed in the stretch. And 2 weeks prior, this race here, that was kind of a similar speed bias, speed favoring, if you will, track. So I went 9-4. I threw the 7. Your horse in third, Scotty. Wildwood Dorothy. It's an open race. Any of those 4, 6, 7, 9. Throw the 8 in there too. Nap a bit. dropping quite a bit. Lightly raced off since June. I kind of leave those horses out, Scotty. Lightly raced, big drop, long layoff.
Yeah, I left it out because it was scratched about a week ago. It flipped in the gate upside down, so
Yeah.
I don't know how much that affected the horse, but I'm just going to leave it out because of that reason. No other than that myself.
What'd you go with her? I went
Well,
947.
I'm putting all the pressure on you. I'm picking you again. Collect a Lil. We're going to see if Alex is taking your picture this day. Posting it on the website. You win
2 or 3.
Yeah. So we're
Well,
gonna
you know what? We were in
we're
a
gonna
winner's
see what you
circle.
can do.
Who won? Who was my rider when I won third? Was it Santa? Somebody had to put up a 2.
Yeah.
Because it won. I said, well, this is my first. You want me to put up a 1?
Yeah.
I said, no,
Yeah.
get out of the
You
way.
gotta get 2
He
to
said,
make
get
it.
out of the
Yeah.
winner's circle.
Yeah.
Through my
Wayne's World denied. Yeah.
I went 947. Scotty, you picked me on
Yeah,
top.
I got
huh?
you on top here, the 9, collect a Lil. And then second, I took a stab at Green Grace, the 4.
Yeah, I just finished
Run a
the
little
second ahead
better
of that
race
one.
than last time. And then in third, I'm going to pick the old veteran Uriel to kill us in a try here with the 3 horse.
He does that a lot of times.
It's on
the
in the
last race of
I
the
wasn't going
day.
to put him second, but I'm just going to throw it in there as my long shot pick, the 3 it's on.
You know what? He
of the
does it a
day,
lot.
so-
Last race of the day, Scotty, remember at Hawthorne, he used to do that. Comes in with a deep closer, picks up the pieces.
Yeah, this one.
God, I'm scared. I'm scared of this race. Darn it, now you got me scared. You went 943.
Pressure on you.
I went 947. I've got 3 in tomorrow. You've got about 7. I mean, you've got in 7. So.
Yeah, it's a day I hope to see Alex.
Yeah.
If I don't see
Alex,
Alex,
we
it's a
saw you
bad
tonight.
day.
We'd like to see you more tomorrow.
Yeah.
If you don't see him, it's a bad day.
I'm hoping.
Right.
It's a bad day, Joe.
Got that right.
Bad day at the
Well,
office.
as we mentioned earlier, thank you out there, race fans. Carrie, longtime listener, longtime commenter. No Wendy B from Maryville, no Omar from Mountain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody.
Well, we're a little late today.
Adamar, did you fall asleep? What happened to Adamar?
Probably fell asleep.
Oh, okay.
He's
Adamar,
studying film.
we picked Adamar to win a couple, I think. So 6 more racing days, including tomorrow, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Next week, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday.
Carrie says, thanks, guys, and make sure you stay safe.
We sure
Thank you,
will.
Gary.
A lot of traveling we'll be doing this winter, Scotty. And I'm always scared when I go down to Oakland, those deer in that last part, they're all over
Me
the
and my
place.
partner, Charlie, we hit one last year.
Man,
middle of the night,
I mean, there's
midnight.
literally,
How long does it take to drive to Oaklawn from here?
About 6.5 hours.
if you're hauling a horse, it might
A
be.
little bit more, maybe 30 minutes.
The roads are a lot better than they once were. Remember
Yeah.
years ago, 20 years ago, when I was young, so it was a lot longer than that. But
Great place.
it'd be from Little Rock to Hot Springs, it'd be 2-lane traffic to
Yeah.
everybody going to the races, So, and they still get great crowds down there. But we'll break camp here,
Yep.
staying here for the winter, shipping around. You'll have your stable vet set up down at Oakland. I'll probably come and see you a few times down there.
GW says good luck tomorrow. GW Henson, the second.
Thank you, Gary.
Thank you, Gary.
Was it Brandon or Gary?
This is GW Henson, the second.
He might be the pick 5 guy, Kozlowski's partner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he is.
They're not probably going to play. They're going to wait till it gets up a little bit. They're probably, it's too low of an amount.
So, yeah, six racing days.
Gary, he says. It's
Oh, it's Gary. Hi,
Gary.
Gary. Yeah, Gary's quite a handicapper. So, should have had him on here. He's quite-
I've mentioned that to him. He actually stopped me, and we had spoke. He had introduced himself, and I said, you should get on there. You should get on there and pick some horses.
Well, that's it.
All right, Joe.
Big races.
Good job.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Peter Lurie's on here next week. We go at 7:30.
Prime time
Prime
against
time.
Monday Night
We're butting
Football.
heads- Who's playing? We're butting heads next week.
Well, I hope the World Series isn't going that night.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well,
We
let's
can't miss the
Let's
Dodgers.
see. Week 8. The Monday night game. They have 2.
Giants, Steelers.
Giants
Monday
at the
night.
Steelers. Steelers.
Is there a
minus
potential
6.
for a World Series game?
They don't play on Monday, right? Or not?
I
That
don't
night?
know. I'm going to go up and get my bet in on the Buccaneers. They're not getting 4. That line's going the other way. So we'll see. Thank you all out there. We appreciate it. We have one more left next week, 7:30, going live. Scotty Becker, Jim Watkins, Peter Lurie, the great Alex Bodo will be here filming, taping, and sending out to you live and taped. So thank you very much. Good luck tomorrow. Enjoy the day. Beautiful weather, beautiful horse
racing.
racing.
There's a game.